Hey, how you doing there again, folks? Me again, of course, Brandon Wenzel. Come back at you, another offering off my sampler platter. Yes, indeed, folks, sampler reviews, series of videos I've been doing for a little while now. Go over there, try out food and drink items. I eat stuff, I drink stuff, then, folks, I'm going to talk about stuff. I'm going to let you know all that you need to know about hopefully delicious stuff that time I'm doing this, folks, I'm not going to lie. I don't know what universe I fell backwards and slipped into that these exist, but as long as, like, it isn't something where, like, you know, just lizard people are going around eating human beings all the time, I think I might stay in this universe. We'll see how it goes. But we'll get to that. Folks, it's a super simple format. I'm going to go over there, I'm going to try out food and or drink items for you. Whilst I'm doing so, I'm yammer on about it for a bit. Whilst I'm doing all that, folks, I'm inside my truck. Whilst I'm doing all that, folks, I'm doing something else. I'm wearing a super cool shirt. Folks, when I wear super cool shirts, I always like to highlight the super cool shirt. What super cool shirt am I wearing for your day, folks? What happens to be my brand new, boom, Conquer Divide shirt. Which, if you're unfamiliar with the band, Conquer Divide, it makes me sad that Conquer Divide exists. Well, I'm happy that they exist now. But I so wish that they'd existed, like, maybe 15, 20 years ago, something like that. I ran into these folks. They were opening up for the band Kitty. It was a tremendous show by all bands, you know, included in the whole thing. They opened up the set. They did a fantastic job. The crowd was totally into them. Loved them. Only thing is, the fact that not even my, you know, goofy music-loving ass didn't know who they were. And to be fair, you know, they certainly have their fan base. But, man, they're so good. Like, they totally, I think, 15, 20 years ago, if they'd kicked in the scene, I think they would have just blown it off the freaking hook, man. Like, but if nothing else, I am happy they exist now because I got to see them. I actually got to go over there, take a few videos of their performance. Those videos are on their channel as well, just in case maybe you want to check them out. If nothing else, I think they're a really great band, so if you're interested, I'd be more than happy to kind of point you in the right direction, because I just think they're super badass. But anyway, what am I trying for your day, folks? What are we doing here? Well, this is my 8th review in a row. I'm sleepy, and I just want to go inside, but I could not review this today. It needed to be done, and it needed to wait until everything else was done, because, folks, it's Funyuns, but not just any Funyuns. It's boom! It's Maruchan hot and spicy chicken flavored Funyuns. Because at a certain point, stoners basically were like, what if instead of having Funyuns and Maruchan cup noodles, what if we put them together? And here we are. We live in this universe now. Snack your noodles. The iconic zesty flavor of crispy Funyuns meets the savory, hot, and spicy chicken flavor of ramen. Fiery kick from Maruchan. Enjoy a hot collab that will get your taste buds. When I heard that these were coming out, I thought it was a joke. But they aren't. They're a thing. They're real. So, first of all, let's get a thing for the thing real quick. Especially while the plane's going by. So, they look like that. Ha 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 ha! Let's give it a go. I am intimately familiar with Funyuns and Maruchan. I, in fact, have an entire... You know what? This is going on my ramen reviews playlist. We're doing it. I have an entire playlist where I just review instant noodle stuff, so... Okay. I was expecting a stronger kind of Maruchan chicken smell. It's kind of there, but the Funyun aspect is sort of blending in. Okay. Can I get a full Funyun, please? Thank you. Okay. Stoners might be a little bit disappointed in this one. It's not as good as I was hoping. So here's the thing with Funyuns. I love Funyuns. I think normal Funyuns are great. Fiery Funyuns, I'm not the biggest into, but they're fine. Outside of those two, though, pretty much every other Funyun concoction that I've tried, like they also have queso Funyuns right now. I reviewed those. Go watch that video. I wanted to like them, but I felt that they were a little bit underwhelming. That's kind of how I feel with this, though I do think I like these more than the queso. I think the thing is, I was expecting more of that sort of Maruchan, because like basically I expected, it couldn't have been that hard to come up with this collaboration because you just get a packet of the seasoning stuff, right? And then just, do the thing. Hell, you could do this before it existed. It's probably how they came up with the idea. Again, just some stoner freaking kid just being like, yeah. And I mean, I don't know, I guess, like, I like Maruchan, and I like the spicy chicken flavor. It's actually probably my favorite flavor in general when it comes to the Maruchan offerings. But the thing is, even with that being the case, I still personally like to go over there and amp it up with some extra seasoning, I'll go maybe a little garlic powder, maybe a little hot sauce, just to give a little extra oomph. I think the problem with this is that the seasoning, while it is there, and it is tasty, like, you can definitely tell that there's a Maruchan aspect to it. Especially when you compare Maruchan against, like, more top quality ramens and stuff, at least higher end ones, their flavor isn't that strong when you really break it down. But there is, like they said, there's an iconic aspect to it. I still eat fucking Maruchan, semi-regularly. It's a nice snack to have on hand. I don't know. And there is the Funyun aspect to it. Like, it's not completely gone. There is that sort of oniony thing. But I don't know. I just feel like the onion flavor in Funyuns carries better just by itself. Instead of it really feeling like a proper... I kind of feel like they managed to max out the flavor of the normal Funyuns. And I feel like when you add anything else to that, you just end up detracting from that Funyun flavor. That's kind of where I am with these. Like, they're still good. They're kind of interesting. But I'm not getting the oomph of flavor that I normally would from a Funyun. And at the same time, the Maruchan isn't offering up enough to counter the fact, that loss of Funyun flavor. But I do kind of like it for what it is. These are ones where I could see them growing on me. I will mention there is a little spiciness to it. It's not particularly spicy because normal ramen, Maruchan ramen noodles, even the spicy ones, aren't that spicy. But there is a little bit of a kick. It doesn't really go to the back of your throat, but it kind of lingers on the tongue a little bit. I don't know. I like these, but two questions have to be asked. Would I get them again? Would I recommend them? On occasion, and sure. Here's the thing. For me personally, I like them. And I do think as I go further down in the bag, I'm probably going to like them more, because I think expectations in my head were already really high, because like this just seemed like it would be such a fun collaboration, and it is in its own way. But the reality of it setting in that this isn't going to live up to my own personal hype, it's one. And the funny thing about it is too is it seems like it should just be a gimmick, but like realistically, there's no reason for it to not kind of work. It's just onion works with savory flavors, and then you've got a little bit of a spiciness to it. Do I think it tastes particularly like chicken? No. Do I think that it tastes like their sort of Maruchan chicken seasoning? Sure. That's kind of what it tastes like. I kind of like it for what it is, but at the same time, I think I would just get normal Funyuns more often than not. Though I don't dislike these, but I was hoping for something a little bit more special. I'm a little bit disappointed, just a little bit. But if I'm going over there and recommending them, they're fun. But I will say they're fun, but they're not even as fun as I would have hoped. Like if they'd just gone full on wacky with it, I would have been perfectly down. Been like, yes, let's just make it a full on gimmick. Let's have fun with it. I could have given it that. But they didn't do that. They did make a stack that has elements of savoriness, onion flavor, a little bit of heat. It's a nice overall eating experience, but it does, again, feel just inferior to the normal Funyuns. But as a thing, it's a limited time flavor. Give it a go. I think if you run into it, worst case scenario, I don't think you'll hate them. even if you're not into spicy stuff, the spice is very manageable. 5 things before I get out of here. Have yourself a great rest of your day, spectacular rest of your week, monumental rest of your month, stupendous rest of your year. Folks, go over there and have yourselves a truly stoner food-tastic rest of your life. Because even though I'm not a stoner, and I've never been a stoner, not in anything, really, I'm not going to lie, man. Look, I've seen some stoner food concoctions on the internet and stuff like that, and more than once I've been like, I don't think I'd need to be high to enjoy that. I might enjoy it more, according to my one friend Drew, who, he likes to partake, and he's like, dude, if you did partake, you would love food even more. And it's like, then that's one more reason for me to not do it. I don't need to love food any more than I already do. We already have a parasitic relationship. Final 2 things. Number 1, try to bring some positivity into the world. It's not always possible. It is, however, always appreciated. But what you do if you can't do it all the time, I know I can't do it all the time. Here's what you're going to do, folks. You're going to try not to be an asshole. Folks, it's not always the easiest thing in the world to not be an asshole. Trust me. I know it. I live it. I'm out there every day with you in it. Life can be stressful and frustrating and just bullshit sometimes, folks. And when we find ourselves in situations where we have to deal with said bullshit, it's important we go over there whenever possible. Take a step back. Try to mitigate the level of assholishness in our lives. Hopefully, do better for ourselves and for those around us. Very final thing, folks, do the thing. Whatever the thing is for you, that's what I want you to go out and do. Folks, the thing that I'm going to do, now that I am done with my 8 reviews, I'm going to go inside, going to put away anything that I haven't finished, and then I'm going to go over there, I'm going to lay it down for a very long time. I don't do long stretch reviews anymore, man. When I first started doing these reviews, that's what I would do. I'd pick usually a weekend, and I'd go over there and I'd be like, I'm just going to do reviews for a few hours, and that's what I did. I don't do that anymore. It wasn't a good way to do things. Anyway, hopefully your weekend is awesome, even if it's not the weekend when you're watching this. Bye!